Hey guys, what is up? So normally I do an intro for this video, but I'm not. I'm just gonna go straight into it. This week's vlog is Shouto Todoroki Origin, and oh my god, it was good. This was probably one of the best episodes to My Hero Academia and everything. So with this episode, we see the fight between Midoriya and Todoroki. Along the way, we get a bit of flashbacks of Shouto's past and everything and such. And boy, does this explain a lot. First off, we see that, Shouto liked All Might and he was wanting to be a hero and all, and his mom telling him to stay true to his beliefs and all. And in the present day, we see Midoriya fighting him and all. And it is just a brutal fight. Like, it's just brutal seeing Midoriya break his fingers and his arm and his legs. It's just... oh god, it is just bad. I just feel so bad for him breaking his body and everything, because he doesn't deserve that. And I know he's still having a hard time controlling his quirk, but god, it was just brutal seeing some of that. And I did like how up in the stands with Bakugo and the others, they were talking about how their quirk has limits and everything, of how much they can push into the effort and everything and such and all. I loved how Bakugo compared it to like a video game meter and all, and it actually does make sense when you look at it and such, so. But then, when you see Midoriya battling with Todoroki, who's just using his ice abilities and everything over and over and over again and all, and, pretty much he starts to wearing thin because he can't keep pulling it up forever and all. And then, with the flashback sequences, seeing, Todoroki, past and everything was just brutal. Like, Endeavor, I know in the manga now he's getting better in a sense. He's trying to redeem himself. Trying to make amends in a sense. But man, this guy's just brutal, pushing Shouto, training to make him beat All Might and everything. And it's brutal seeing all that. And it's just, oh man, I feel bad for Shouto. And then when his mother threw the hot water on his eye and everything, it's just, And Shouto doesn't blame her. He actually blames his father and everything, because his father is just pushing him, and she's telling him to stop and everything and such. It's just brutal seeing all that, and it's just, I feel so bad for his family. And it makes me curious to know, why does Endeavor want to be All Might? What pushes him and such, That's one of the big things that I was curious about with him when I first see him, and I was, what made him want to make Shouto beat All Might? What made him? What's that purpose? When did it start? It just kind of makes me think of that, Although I did like President Mike's reaction in the audience when he says, Endeavor giving a pep talk to his son. I'm like, that's no pep talk at all, so. But man, the fight itself was really great, and I love that line where Midoriya says, "It's your power, not his," which really helps Shouto out, because when I thought about, when Shouto says he's trying to suppress the heat and everything, the fire powers, I should say, he can't do that because it limits him. You can use ice all you want, but you have two abilities, and yet you need to use both of them because they may help you out in an advantage and such, And, by limiting yourself to just one of the powers that you have, you waste an opportunity to use the other and all. And you won't grow and such. And the way Midoriya is pushing him and telling him he's trying to be a hero to help and all is just something. And, he eventually does save Shouto in a sense. Midoriya does lose the match, granted. But he saves Shouto, which is the key thing I liked about this. And Midoriya already is a hero in my eyes. He's going to help so many people just for his kindness and his determination and all. And it was kind, just doing that to help save Shouto. And seeing the fire abilities was beautiful. The way it looks and everything is just, oh my god, and it's just so fantastic and such. And for the dubbing, which is what I watch for my anime, David Matrenga, if I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name or mispronounced the last name. I'm not good with names and all. He never fails to deliver on a performance as Shouto. I feel like he captures his character perfectly, as he's just a young man who has the weight of the world pushed on his shoulders by his father. He's trying to, find his own path and everything, and Midoriya kind of helps clear his head and reminds him of his abilities and such. And, that line, "It's your power, not his," is just recognizable and such. And I love that. That is a line that you really can feel for, and you feel for his character and all such. So, Shoto does kind of remind me a bit of Gaara from Naruto in a sense, because Gaara, was pretty much made to be evil and by one of his relatives and such, and the protagonist Naruto, helps him, and eventually, Shoto does make amends with his, and Gaara makes amends with his family and such, and becomes a better person. And I kind of see that with Shoto in a sense. So, there's that and such. So, but man, this was a great fight, and it was explosive and everything. I was a little worried and all that, but luckily, one of the other heroes who was down there managed to contain the blast and all that and such. So, but man, this is just a really great episode because I got everything I need to know about Todoroki and everything. He's a flawed character who's got a bad father, whose mom's in a hospital. He didn't get to play with his siblings. He was just pushed to be the next All Might by his father and such. And yet, after this episode, you feel for his character and you see that he's got so much to learn, like to control his fire abilities and such. And at the same time, he can finally feel like himself. He's not too cold or too distant now. He kind of can be a balance, have some fun and all that. And I really like that. Todoroki has got to a lot to learn, and I think Eraserhead's going to help teach him use his fire abilities and such. And I really feel for this character, and he's up there as my number 2 favorite. I mean, Midoriya is still my absolute favorite, but Shouto is right up there. And if you see here, I have the Funko Pop. I had to show it off, so oops. So I just want to show that off real quick. But yeah, this was just a really great episode that I really do love. I think it's one of the best episodes to the second season, and it's up there in some of the best episodes to My Hero Academia because, this gave me so much more on a character that I really wanted to know more about. Since the very first appearance, I saw Shouto, and then I can't wait to see where he goes from here. I want to see more. I actually would love a spin-off series of Keep It Up with the Todoroki, just focusing on Shouto, his siblings, and what goes on with his stuff, because, he's a great character, and he would be have good stories to tell, so I wish that would happen, but who knows, so. But I absolutely love this episode. It is wonderful, and the fight was great. It was brutal with Midoriya just breaking his bones, like, that was so brutal and all. But the story with Shouto was great, and the battle itself was fantastic, and all. And I just adored this episode. It has got to be up there my favorites of this series, and it's just a great episode in general. I love it. I love this episode. I love Shouto, and I hate Endeavor for right now, but this was a great episode. So I just absolutely enjoyed it a lot. So. It's a great episode, so. And now let's talk about our boy himself, Shouto Todoroki. Shouto Todoroki. Quirk, half cold, half hot. His quirk description goes, he freezes with his right hand and burns with his left. Range and temperature are unknown. He was born on January 11th, weighs 176 cm, and is power class 1A. His power is a 5 out of 5 along with his technique. Speed and intelligence are both solids 4 out of 5, but his cooperativeness is a 3 out of 5. Hero name, Shouto. He was accepted into UA by recommendation. His personality may seem cold, but his intellect and physical ability are top class. While his father is a famous hero, Shouto intends to become a pro of his own free will. And he will. I honestly believe Shouto can do that, because he is now being himself. He's now he's reminded that this is his abilities, not his father's. And now he can grow as a hero. And I think he's going to be a fantastic hero, And I really just love this character. David Mentriga, who voices Shouto in the dubbing, and the team behind, the Funimation team behind My Hero Academia, they really cast these characters absolutely wonderfully. So that is my thoughts for Shouto Todoroki Origin. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode and what do you think of Shouto himself. I would love to hear feedback and all. If you enjoyed my video, like and share with your friends on social media and such. Subscribe to my channel, as I've been doing vlogs for My Hero Academia. I've done up to done all for season 1. I'm finishing up the sports festival arc, and so if you want to check out my thoughts on each episode, please check those out. So hit the bell icon to be notified of when those videos are going to be published and such. Follow me up on Twitter too at SuperKid801 to follow me up on social media and such. And I'm going to have my Halloween videos coming soon. The first video is a guilty pleasure. It is Dylan Dog Dead at Night. If you've seen that movie, I got some stuff to talk about with it, but I just want to give you, it's coming, but you know, it's just with the hurricane season and all, I just want to try and get it out because I don't know if I'll lose power here or not, so I just want to give a heads up on that. So, but anyway, guys, thanks for watching this week's vlog. Check back next time, as I'll have the next one coming up and featuring our class representative, Ida Tenya. So I look forward to checking that out. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this week's episode, and I will catch you guys next time. Go Beyond! Plus Ultra! Take care.
Hey, this is Kyle Aber, the voice of the narrator from Dragon Ball Z, and you're watching Super Kid 801.